it's my pleasure. And I'm very grateful to Dr. Ellison for inviting me to this, to speak on behalf of what my journey has been. It's been going on since the late 1990s, and I was starting to get pain in my mid-back. And then it traveled to my lower back, where I started getting sciatica pain in both legs, and eventually all the way. So I sought out a doctor in probably 2005, and they started with the x-rays, the MRIs, and then the doctor visit telling me that they needed to do some more tests, and they did a needle test into my vertebrae and determined that I had degenerative disc disease, which means I had discs that could no longer hold fluid. And that was the cause of my nerve pain that would go across in my back and down my sciatica. He sent me to a pain doctor who walked into the room and handed me a prescription for Norco without even welcoming himself and introducing himself. And I turned to him and I said, I didn't come here for pills. I came here to have someone help me with the pain. And he said he couldn't help me and lift. So I called again and got a new doctor. This was a pain management doctor. And he decided to put me in therapy. Of course, the therapy didn't work. So then I went to acupuncture. The acupuncture didn't work. They started doing disc injections of steroids in my mid and lower back. My neck wasn't bothering me bad, so they left it alone. I did this every 6 months for probably 10 years with no relief. So they finally decided, let's try a spinal ablation. And I went in, and without anesthesia, they went in with needles all up and down my back. And for 90 seconds, these needles got hot and burned my nerves. It was the most excruciating pain I had ever been in. And it didn't work. After about 6 weeks, all the pain started going back. Plus, I was still healing from the burns in my back. So very discouraged. I just told my husband, I said, I think I'm done. I just can't keep doing this. So when we moved to Idaho, after the doctor had told me I just need to learn to live with my pain, we came up here, and on my Facebook page came an advertisement for a chiropractor, a holistic chiropractor who could relieve any back pain you could bring to them. And I thought, it was a free seminar, why not? What did I have to lose? Even though my medical doctors told me chiropractic was no longer an option because I also developed osteoporosis from all the injections. They don't tell you that it causes that. So they said if I went to a chiropractor, he could break my bones. So I was a little terrified, but yet I was at the point of what else can I try? I had braces, I had TENS machines, I did everything on my back to try and stay out of pain. Nothing worked. So I came to a seminar, and he said the same thing, what do you have to lose? So I took my husband, and we came to a private appointment. My husband was very skeptical because of all these years of doctors and no help. And I just started crying, and I said, I just want to try this. And so my husband agreed to spend the money because my insurance would not cover more than 6 appointments. So we took the financial obligation, and I have to tell you, after about 4 months of adjustments 2 times a week, I could start standing at my kitchen sink to do dishes. I could sew a little bit, a few hours, and then I'd have to go do my therapy. And I could talk to my neighbors out in my front yard without having to say, I have to go in, my back is too much in pain. And I told Dr. Ellison, I said, I'm starting to see a difference. He goes, you have a long road. Your back is really a mess. But I promise you I'm going to do everything I can to do that. So back a few months ago, all of a sudden I said to my husband, you know what? I can almost forget about my back pain. I can go almost all day with no pain. Unless I do something like wash windows, mow the lawn, get over and pull weeds, the strenuous things will still bring it into a little bit of pain, but nothing like I have ever suffered all these years. And I told Dr. Ellison one day, I said, you were right. I don't have to live with this pain. And thank you for coming into my life because you've made all the difference in the world for me. And I'm never going back to a medical doctor because they did nothing but ruin my back even more. And this is why I testify, because if there's anybody sitting out there that's listening to this that's in the same boat, try it. You have nothing more to lose. Everybody's situation is different, but I would just say, come and see Dr. Ellison. He is not out for fame and fortune. He is out to help people who are in pain. His office is crowded every time I'm here. People coming in, thanking him as they leave. They're on a first-name basis. He knows his job and he knows what he's doing. And like I just said, you have nothing to lose but the pain.